Aloha! It is I, the great Clement, and we have moved on to a new video game series. Since last February, I've been playing nothing but Mega Man games, and now I told my fans that I'm going to be doing the Sonic the Hedgehog series, and so what a great place to start off with the original Sonic the Hedgehog on the Sega Genesis, the beloved game that started our blue hedgehog hero, and, made him the icon that he is today. Now this is also going to be a sort of introduction video for the series, because not everyone has played Sonic the Hedgehog, believe it or not. I was actually kind of shocked to hear in the comments section when I announced these games that not everyone had heard of the Sonic games that I announced that I was going to LP. And to me, I thought that was Sonic fan common knowledge, but I guess I'm just a Sonic nerd like that. I love Sonic the Hedgehog so much. I love it more than Mega Man, and it's always had a great place in my heart. It's a game I grew up with, and my favorite game of all time is Sonic the Hedgehog 2, which we'll be playing later. But I love the Sonic series. It always had a great place in my heart. So anyway, you're Sonic the Hedgehog. He's blue, he's super fast, and he's as cool as the Earth is blue, something. I don't know what he is, but the point is, he's super fast, and he was made a big campaign for Sega onto why Nintendo sucked. Like, I remember they would literally have posters where it was like, Sega does what Nintendo don't. Or Nintendo. That's what it was. Like, they went on the attack. They were pretty much making ads. They were like, hey, Super Nintendo sucks dick. Look at Sonic. He's super fast. He's cool. Unlike that lame plumber, that family-friendly plumber who no one likes. Oh, yeah, Mario fights turtles. Sonic fights vicious fucking robots, bitch. It was a pretty heated rivalry back in the day. I remember even in school, people would always be like, you like Sonic? What the fuck? Mario's so much better than Sonic. And I'll be like, true, but... No, actually, the old Sonic games kick ass, and I like them better than even, Mario World. Call me crazy, that's just my personal taste. Anyway, folks, I guess I should explain the game mechanics. I'll only do this once, because for the rest of the series, you're going to know how to play, and this is really for new Sonic fans who've never seen a Sonic game before, all two of you. But basically, there are rings in the game, and they are essentially your health bar in the game. If you collect a ring, you can take a hit, and if you don't have a ring when you get hit, you die. The thing that makes Sonic games kind of easy, and a lot of people complain about this, is that when you get hit, you can actually pick up the rings that you were just knocked away from you. So in a way, you could take unlimited hits if you just keep grabbing the ring. If you always have a ring, you're good. You're never going to die. But I don't know. Some games, they get rid of rings really instantaneously, and you can't just pick it up. And in other games, most of the cause of death will be spiked pits or bosses that you can't attack. Or bosses you have to fight with no rings because, the game makes you. I still think it's pretty easy and simple, but not, too easy, The Sonic series has a nice balance between that. This is a special stage. I collected 50 rings before I reached the goal, and because of that, I got to find a super gigantic ring. You jump into the super gigantic ring, and you go to the special stage. Basically, I'm supposed to go through this rotating level and get to the Chaos Emerald. The Chaos Emeralds are the valuable diamonds that make everything all so great in the Sonic universe. They're the Deus Ex Machina of the Sonic series. Like, anytime there's a problem, the Chaos Emeralds are going to solve them. The Chaos Emeralds have unlimited energy, and they can fill whoever has them with, the power they need to save the world. Or conquer it, depending on who wants to use them. Sonic the Hedgehog himself can turn into a yellow version called Super Sonic, who can fly and is invincible and even faster than normal. But in this game, they didn't invent Super Sonic yet. In fact, in this game there are only 6 Chaos Emeralds and not 7. In every other game after this there are 7, but in the very first Sonic the Hedgehog, the one we're playing right now, there were only 6. So, I don't know. I guess they decided they wanted more special stages or something, but they decided on 7. Well, why not? I don't care. Anyway, Sonic lives in the fictional universe of Mobius. At least we assume it's Mobius. That's what the instruction booklet said, and that's what we all grew up on when we were kids. Since then, the Sonic series has seemed to not acknowledge Mobius or anything like that. In fact, in the new Sonic games, you're always in, like, cities with human beings, and it's kind of weird, but at least with the first original games, this was essentially Mobius. And Sonic is trying to protect the world from this evil scientist, the greatest villain of all gaming, Dr. Ivo Robotnik. He who also goes by his nickname Eggman, so people call him Dr. Eggman. People didn't call him Dr. Eggman back in the day. Everyone always knew Robotnik as Robotnik. Every cartoon he was in, he was Robotnik. In the instruction manuals, he was Robotnik. You know, everyone just knew him as Dr. Robotnik, but the fact is, in Japan, he's always been known as Eggman. They made him Robotnik in America because they thought it would be a much more menacing name. And with good reason, you know, Robotnik. It sounds awesome. I mean, obviously, it's Robot Nick, and it's kind of, you know, stupid that his name would be a pun on his profession. But then so is Eggman, so who knows. I've grown used to Eggman, and I'm going to be calling him Dr. Eggman from now on, because, you know, I just like the Eggman name. That's what his name was originally in Japan, and now it's his common use name, but Sega hasn't abandoned Robotnik. They just claim that in the instruction manuals that his name is Dr. Ivo Eggman in brackets Robotnik. So his name is still Dr. Eggman, but they still acknowledge that his full name is Robotnik. Even in Sonic Adventure 2, they mention Eggman's family, and they still call his family Professor Robotnik, or whatever. So they haven't abandoned the name. He's still Robotnik, but, you know, he goes by Eggman now. So call him whatever you want to call him. Call him Eggman, call him Robotnik. I'll call him Eggman for the rest of these LPs, because, you know, it just makes it easier for me. And Eggman is the greatest villain of any video game medium because he's always fighting you in every zone you go to. He is always the boss that you encounter at the end of the zone. So we fought Eggman in Green Hill Zone, and now we're in Marble Zone, and we're going to fight him there too. Why not? The Sonic series has two different endings depending on whether you collected the Chaos Emeralds or not. And definitely I'll be collecting all the Chaos Emeralds to get the good ending. Which means I have to make sure I don't get hit, because if I get hit, I lose my rings instantly, and I can't find the big giant ring at the end of the level. Luckily I had a blue shield that protected me from losing my rings just now, but, yeah. I swear, these bonus stages always made me motion sick when I was a kid. Like, now I seem to be okay, but back in the day, I really started, like, like, it's always moving, and depending on some of these buttons you push, like the buttons that you're rolling around on, it can get, like, really fast, and that'll make you even more nauseous. There's up and down buttons. Down buttons slow the rotation of the level, and up buttons speed up the rotation of the level. So, like, it seems slow now, but if I keep pushing up, it's going to go faster and faster and faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. And eventually it just, you know, it's horrible to look at. It doesn't help that the background keeps changing from, like, fish to pigeons and stuff. Like, I swear, I don't know what drug trip the makers of this game were thinking of when they made this level, but Christ. I need my barf bag. I need my barf bag badly. That's all I need to say. The one obstacle in this level is that there are exit platforms, or goal platforms. You don't want to go into the goal platforms. Going into the goal means you leave the level without the Chaos Emerald. The Chaos Emerald is generally in every special stage surrounded by diamonds that you just chip away by running into them over and over again. So the more they're chipped away, the more they'll disappear, and then you just get to the emerald. Obviously, we're on our third stage right now, and I almost fucking screwed it up right there. But, obviously, we're on a third stage, so you've probably seen how it works already. But, you know. This is Sonic the Hedgehog. I loves it. I loves it. Booyah! Well, we got half the Chaos Emeralds in Part 1. We seem to be going off to a good start. We'll continue the game with Marble Zone Act 2 in Part 2. See you then. Aloha, and welcome to Part 2 of Sonic the Hedgehog. We are now continuing with Act 2 of Marble Zone, not to be confused with Marble Garden Zone in Sonic the Hedgehog 3, which we'll be getting to much later in the series. But, you know, I did find it kind of odd that this was the second level in the game, because this turned a lot of people off from Sonic the Hedgehog 1. I know it turned a lot of my friends off, because the Marble Zone, it's not like... A lot of people think the Sonic series is all about just holding the right button and jumping occasionally, because some levels that really is all you need to do. But Marble Zone, blah, you know, it's completely different. You have to move ledges, you have to push switches onto... or push blocks onto switches, you have to dodge lava fall, you have to time your jumps right so that you don't land in spikes, so that you can land on conveyor or chain platforms like I'm on right now. It's very difficult, and you can't just jump on these enemies, these caterpillar-type enemies who are actually called caterkillers. That's their name, caterkiller. You can't just jump on their body. There are spikes on their body which damage you if you try it. You can only attack their head. And jumping on their head is possible, but it's a very, very narrow weak spot that you have to have precision aiming to hit. Generally what you want to do is roll into them, and how you roll is you run and then you push the down button and then Sonic ducks and starts curling into a ball. Future games in the series makes rolling into enemies a lot easier and better, but with the original Sonic the Hedgehog, all you can do really is run and then push down. Because the caterkillers, again, they have spikes all over their bodies. But even sometimes, I don't know if it's the way this game was designed or it's a glitch or something, but I swear, sometimes I try rolling into the caterkiller and I end up not hitting him. I always end up, like, somehow getting hit, even still. I don't know if it's the way his head bobs up and down and somehow I miss it and hit his body first, which doesn't make sense to me, but it happens a lot. And so I hate the caterkillers because you're never guaranteed to hit them 100% of the time, which is kind of annoying. Those blocks you could rake in a big 10,000 point scoreboard if you hit all of them consecutively without touching the ground. I did not do that because I'm a fuck up. I made it a point in the LP to do that too, and I screwed it up and I was just like, I'm an idiot. But I digress. All the robots have animals inside them because Dr. Eggman, he's a bit of an asshole. He powers up his minions, which are called badniks. At least in the first 3 games they were called badniks. Or at least in all the old school Sonic games, they were badniks. Newer games, since Sonic Adventure and onwards, they aren't really called badniks anymore. And I don't know why, but, you know. Anywho, Eggman traps all the animals of South Island, which is the location of this place in the first game. It's Sonic's home island, I guess, but South Island... It had a lot of fun creatures here, it had a lot of happiness here, and then Dr. Eggman decided to bring in his evil, pollution-filled race, Scrap Brain, and he just decided to turn all the animals into robots to fuel his evil empire, his evil Eggman empire, so that he can build Eggman Land, or whatever the hell he wants to do. The point is, he's turning animals into robots, he's a bit of an asshole, and so Sonic, being the super speedy hero of justice, decided to take out Dr. Eggman, and that's basically the plot of the game. And as the series goes on, that's pretty much the plot of every game, but, you know. Dr. Eggman is bad, Sonic must stop him. It's not a complicated storyline by any means. It's not until the 3D games came along where they started getting into plot twists and character development and talking. And, you know, a lot of people would seem to agree that Sonic should just stay silent. He shouldn't talk ever, but, hey, we can't help it now. Sonic is a talker in the cartoons, he's a talker in the 3D games, he's been a talker quite a bit. For the kids growing up on the Sega Genesis games, he never talked. I mean, he had some occasional lines of dialogue in Sonic CD, but we'll get to that. As it was with Green Hill Zone, we aren't going to be able to go to a special stage in Act 3, because Act 3 is always the final act of every zone, and that's where we fight Dr. Eggman. After you beat Dr. Eggman, you get to the Roboticizer, which is the machine he uses to transform animals into robots in the first place. And, you know, there's no goal ring that appears next to the Roboticizer, no matter how many rings you have. So it's a good idea to get the special stages as on Acts 1 and 2, you know, as often as you can, if you care about getting the extra ending. It's not even really that big a reward. The ending does not change significantly. But, you know, if you're really passionate about getting the good ending and not having a try again at the end credits scene, then you might want to get those emeralds. But really, there's no point. You don't turn supersonic, you don't get any real reward other than satisfaction. But hey, if you're an expert gamer, you want to get those Chaos Emeralds. You want to see what happens when you get everything that you needed to get. You want to show Dr. Eggman who's the fucking boss by getting the emeralds and saying, "Ha! Screw you, Eggman, screw you. I beat your stupid, carefully planned traps, and I got my emeralds, so ha!" Or something like that, I don't know. Spikes pop out of the most random places. That can be a bit of a pain in the ass. Also, one thing I forgot to mention, these things that are lifting up and down can crush you, and Sonic will die instant hit if they crush you. He can't survive being crushed. It doesn't matter if something squeezes him in together between something, or... well, I guess that's all that happens, but if he gets crushed by something, instant kill. Same with bottomless pits, and I think that's about it. Spikes do not kill you in one hit like they do in the Mega Man series, thank God. You get hit by spikes, you'll be okay. I mean, okay as getting hit is, but, you know. It's just nice to see spikes this time and not have to freak out because it can kill me in one freaking hit. God, that's annoying, Mega Man. Why? But I digress. Another thing that turns people off about the Marble Zone is that there's so much waiting going on. You gotta stay on these blocks, which move pretty slow through the lava. And I can understand why people got to the second stage and they were like, fuck this. This is nothing like Green Hill Zone. Green Hill Zone was fun. Marble Zone is boring. Why the hell do we have to do this? Fuck Sonic the Hedgehog. Blah. That's the thing I find with all Sonic games, though. They always have this great first level, and the second level, if you can't clear through that and still enjoy the game, then you might as well put the controller down, because you're not going to enjoy the rest of the game. I think it would have made the game more accessible to people if, like, Spring Yard Zone, which is the next zone, was the second zone, but, you know. Dr. Eggman returns in a flamethrower-shooting Eggmobile. Basically, he goes to one ledge, shoots fire on it. He goes to the other ledge and shoots fire again. Really not complicated. Just keep jumping into him whenever he's near you, dodge the fire, and yeah, that's a pretty easy boss. What can I say? I guess Dr. Eggman wasn't thinking that well. Surely he won't jump over to the other ledge. But yeah, this is Spring Yard Zone, and Spring Yard Zone has one of my favorite songs in the whole game. So all the music in this game is fucking awesome. This is the kind of level where there are springs everywhere bouncing you all over the place, hence the name Spring Yard Zone. But there's also bumpers that bounce you all over the place. There's great loop-de-loops and half pipes that you can like curl up into a ball and go up and down. You know, it's so fun to roll around in this level. The only thing that makes it kind of annoying if you're trying to get all the Chaos Emeralds is that there are these stupid, annoying blue robots that chase you at super speeds. And they'll jump over certain ledges, like the green flashing box there. But if they're running for you, they're going to hit you. There's not much you can do about it. And they can totally catch you off guard because as you're running away from whatever you think they might be coming, they just come out of nowhere and boom, you have no time to react. They run right into you. It's a pain in the ass, I must say. This hidden passageway goes to rings. That's it. There's a lot of hidden passageways in the game. Since this is Sonic 1 and it's not really that important, you don't find too much. In Marble Zone, I found a secret life which has Sonic's picture on the television screen. And of course, lives are good because if you die, you have to start the whole game over again. There's no real password system in Sonic the Hedgehog, but there is a level select cheat that you can put in that's very simple. Up, down, left, right, A at the main menu. Boom. That simple. I can't get it out of my head because it's so easy to remember, you know? If you ever die at, like, Spring Yard Zone and you just want to go back to it, up, down, left, right, A at the main screen, and, yeah, you can go to any act you want. But anywho, folks, that is Spring Yard Zone Act 1. We shall continue with Act 2 and the Chaos Emeralds in Part 3. So yeah, enjoy. Aloha and welcome to Part 3 of Sonic the Hedgehog. We are now getting our 5th Chaos Emerald in the Puke Bag Zone. Whatever the hell you want to call this place. I just know it made me nauseous when I was a kid. For the record, when I usually play Sonic the Hedgehog, I generally skip the special stage. I really don't care about that somewhat different ending, you know? I don't really like these zones like that much. I wouldn't play them on choice. I just want to skip through the platforming sections because I love my platforming in Sonic the Hedgehog. It's always a fantastic part of the game. I don't care for spinning in circles mode. But, you know, that's me with every Sonic game, except Sonic 3. Those special stages are fun, and I always love finding those special stages, but we'll get to that when we get to it. Till then, booyah! The 5th Chaos Emerald! And it's red. Red like my fiery soul. Actually, I find it interesting. Emeralds are generally supposed to be green. Rubies are red, sapphires are blue, emeralds are green. And yet in the Sonic universe, apparently they're all emeralds, even though they're all different colors. Okay, I guess. And then what's with all this talk about Sonic ripping off Dragon Ball Z or something? Yeah, okay, I guess the 7 Chaos Emeralds could be the 7 Dragon Balls, but I don't see the connection. Sonic turning Super Sonic and going yellow and golden, you know, Super Saiyans aren't invincible. Super Saiyans can still be beaten in the Dragon Ball Z universe. It makes them stronger, yeah, but they're still beatable. And the Chaos Emeralds and being the Dragon Balls made a wish. You got a wish from it, and the wish didn't turn you Super Saiyan, it just gave you a wish. The Chaos Emeralds in the Sonic series are said to grant anyone who wishes them, like anyone who gets them, any power they want, but like, it doesn't do that. The only time it did that was in Sonic 06, and that was fucking retarded. The stupidest plot twist ever, but, you know. I hate Sonic 06! Oh god, that's gonna be my next catchphrase. And no, I'm not doing Sonic 06. I might do a 3-part review where I explain in detail why everything about that game is bad, but I'm not doing a actual LP of that piece of shit. There are actually too many playthroughs of Sonic 06 on YouTube right now, and I'm not adding to it because they all said what I needed to say. Really. I mean, Jesus. Sonic 06 is a train wreck. It is a goddamn train wreck. Why would anyone think that game was a good idea? I have no fucking clue. Actually, all you need to do is watch my I forced my friends to play Sonic 06 video. That's all you need to watch, folks. But I digress. We're at the last Chaos Emerald. And it was very easy this time, because it's right there, right off the bat. So, no more barfing, no more throwing up because of the spinny stages. We're good now. Sonic got them all, even though there are 7. But in the first game, there was only 6. And the color that they added was light blue. They don't have a light blue Chaos Emerald in the first game. But now that we got them all, that's it. There's nothing that changes gameplay-wise. Sonic doesn't become Super Sonic. He doesn't get any special abilities. He can't jump faster or run faster or jump higher. So it's all good. Nothing's changed, but this time we're not going to go after special stages anymore. And even if we tried, they wouldn't show up anyway. So yeah, we're going to get the good ending, assuming we make it to the ending. But of course we're going to make it to the ending because I'm the great Clement, not the subpar Clement, not the blandly average Clement. Damn, I love Spring Yard Zone's music. So damn catchy. I'm fighting off the urge to sing along with it though. Because, that's never a good thing when you see an LPer singing along with the music. Do 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 do. Yeah. Thanks, invincibility. You ruined it. What I got there was an invincibility box. Obviously, you know what it does. But then I also got the speed up box, which is the shoes. It makes you run a lot faster, and, you know, it also speeds up the music. And I've been actually curious about this because I haven't actually checked on YouTube yet. Has anyone uploaded the sped up versions of the songs? Like the speed, when you have the speed shoes on? Because I always loved hearing the music go slightly faster. I don't think I ever heard Metropolis Zone from Sonic the Hedgehog 2 in speed up mode. I would love to hear that. I would love it. Tell me that soundtrack is out there on YouTube somewhere. And if not, someone get on that. Someone upload that soundtrack, damn it. But anyway, we're at Dr. Eggman, and Eggman has yet another lame Eggmobile. He pulls out a spike from the bottom, and then he tries to take out a block, and eventually he'll take out all the blocks, leaving you no space to run around. But when he goes down, you have plenty of time to keep jumping into him, so really, not much of a boss fight. He always tries to aim for the block that you're standing on, so it's not that he's trying to pull the blocks out, it's that he's trying to run into you, and he misses, and he pulls the block out getting out, just by, you know, by effect. Oh boy, now we're at Labyrinth Zone, and we're going to come to one of the things I hate the Sonic series for, and that's water, the underwater sections. Every Sonic game has generally one underwater section. And some of the best Sonic games make it so that you don't actually have to go in the water at all. Sonic the Hedgehog 2, I'm looking at you, you fucking awesome game. But every now and then, you're going to get that one level where you have to go in the water and there's not much you can do about it. The water makes everything so much slower. Sonic, he is one of the few video game characters I know of that can't swim at all. He can't swim. That's one of his fun characteristics. I remember in the cartoon shows, they would always make a big deal out of that too, where Sonic was just terrified of water because he can't do anything in water. He can't swim at all. And being a person who can't swim as well, yeah, I can't swim. I never learned, and I don't like drowning. I had a bad experience in a swimming pool and almost drowning. But, you know, point is, I can't swim, and so I can relate to Sonic here. I can't swim either. Difference is, I don't go plunging headfirst into water, but, you know. And I still take showers. Just because I'm deathly afraid of drowning doesn't mean I don't take showers. Come on, people. Use your head. Anywho, folks, you have to find a lot of water air bubbles in the water sections. There are air bubbles bubbling at the ground in certain spots. There's a lot in Labyrinth Zone, so you'll never not find any. And you have to wait by it for a bit, and then it blows out a big bubble eventually. You jump into it, Sonic breathes in the air, and he can live for a little bit longer. Because if you're underwater for too long, Sonic will drown. And when he does, you get the awesomest music ever. But we'll get to that later. Yeah, I just hate how it makes Sonic so damn slow. You know, I understand it's water, I understand he'd be heavier, and he can't swim, so yeah, I get that, but, you know, I just don't like it. I don't like it. I'd rather they just did away with the whole water plot, or the whole water level. And fuck you, Dragon. Dragon column shooting fireballs. Yeah, watch where you're standing in this section. Those cork blocks will rise with the water. And if you're standing on one that's heading to a ceiling, you're going to die in one hit. You know, insta-kill crushes and all. Fun little trick that works in both Sonic 1 and Sonic 2. If you jump just as the results are coming on screen and just as the results music is starting, and you're off screen. You have to jump when you're off screen, by the way. Then when you jump, it'll actually not count you as being out of the level. It won't count you as walking away from the stage. And it'll count you as out, but you can go back in and jump around for these hidden points that I just got. And, well, you saw it, but yeah. I'm spending way too much time talking about this. See you in Part 4. Aloha, and welcome to Part 4 of Sonic the Hedgehog. We're in Labyrinth Zone Act number 2, and this place, kind of annoying still, because, well, I just don't like the Labyrinth Zone. Underwater, it makes me very angry. There are a few video games I've played where the underwater section is actually fun to play. Most water levels always annoy me. I don't care if it's a Donkey Kong Country, I don't care if it's a Super Mario World. I just hate underwater levels. I don't get why, I just don't like the slow pace of swimming. I don't know, I just wasn't a fan of any water level I've ever played. The only exception being Mega Man, and that's because in Mega Man, it moves at the same speed, only you jump higher in the level, which actually adds a different fun element to the gameplay. Whereas this game, you know, not so much. You're so much slower, you're being held down by the weight of the man. The man being water. Anyway, there's a switch where that ring box should be, and you press the switch to open the door and get through. This got a lot of people stumped at this part, and for good reason. They're looking all over the place, thinking, where the hell do I go? Now that's what you do. Good old invincibility. It does not protect you from drowning, though. Well, I've once gotten invincibility just as I was drowning, and I still drowned. So it doesn't keep you alive. Don't let it think. Bleh! I'm stumbling over my words today. Don't think otherwise. Booyah! I suck. Jesus Christ! I swear I haven't been drinking this time. You have to duck over those. But the thing I don't like about the original Sonic the Hedgehog is that every time you look up or down by pushing up or down on the control pad, the screen immediately changes to the direction you're pushing. You know, in the newer games, it took a while to build that up, thank God, but in the first one, it's instantaneously. So if you're ducking to dodge enemy fire, you know, the camera's moving with you. It's going super fast down, and then you can't even see what the hell's shooting at you anymore. And that's really annoying, in my opinion. As always, if you're off-screen and you jump just as the result screen is coming on, you can move around, do whatever the hell you want. This only works for Sonic 1 and 2. In Sonic 3, the result screen doesn't make you run off-screen, so yeah. This part is an endless water slide that will go on forever and ever and ever unless you jump off at this point and hit this switch, and then you'll find the exit beneath the waterfall. I know that stumped a lot of players when they first played. They just kept going down the water slide expecting it to end at some point, and it never does. It just goes on and on and on, and they're like, what the fuck? Well, that's how you do it. I'm just glad I got the Chaos Emeralds already, because I couldn't imagine having to survive without getting hit in this level. They have enemies that just pop out of the ground at random. They have spikes popping out of the ground. They have water currents that are pushing you, and you might fly into spikes, and it's a very dangerous level. I actually think that this game was originally going to be, this level was originally going to be the second level, the second zone in the game. Thank God they pushed it back to number 4, because that just would have been retarded. Imagine going from Green Hill Zone to this bullshit? No thanks. This level is pretty much the sole reason why I don't like Sonic 1 over Sonic 2 or 3. Well, Sonic 2 is the best game I've ever played, so that also had that going for it. But and Sonic 3 has all the multiple characters and stage select when you're done, and yeah, but there's a lot of reasons, but my biggest reason, I just hate Labyrinth Zone. I've always hated it. I hate this place so much. It's just so slow and blah. Also, this part really sucks. The water raises and you have to stand on these cork parts. If something knocks you off like it did here, there's nothing you can do about it. The water won't raise back down. At least I don't think there's anything you can do about it. I never found something that could be done about it. I've tried this level many times as a kid. I couldn't find a hidden spring or anything, so I don't know. You expect the water to come down? It doesn't. So instead, listen to me drown. How horrible. But anyway, let's do it right this time, not screw up. And you want to jump off when you can, because you don't want to get crushed, obviously. But yeah, if you don't catch that ride, if you don't stand on the cork blocks when the water's rising, you're pretty much dead. I thought that was kind of a dick move. But whatever. I don't have any rings on me, which sucks because we're at Dr. Eggman now. And Dr. Eggman, he's not really a boss fight per se this time, as he is something you're supposed to chase, supposedly. It's an artificial chase scene in the sense that you don't actually have to catch him. You don't actually have to hit him for the game to be finished. You're just chasing him to the goal line, really. So don't focus on taking out Eggman. He is not the point of this obstacle course. The obstacle course is shooting fire and spikes at you, and you have to dodge all of it, folks. The water is rising, and eventually there are no bubbles in this area at all. So you have to be quick on the draw, otherwise you're going to drown. But as you can see, that's how you do it. I only got hit once, and thank God I had a shield. We're done with Labyrinth Zone. We will never see a Labyrinth level ever again. Never, ever, ever, ever again. We'll never be underwater again in this whole game. Never, 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 never. Guarantee it. Well, I don't guarantee it, but I doubt we will. Never, ever, right? I hope, The game wouldn't be that mean. Anyway, welcome to Starlight Zone, a great level for loop-de-loops and spinning around and going fast. I always thought if they wanted to get people to play the game more, they should have made it like Green Hill Zone, Spring Yard, rather, and then Starlight in that order, like the first three levels, because those levels are the iconic super speed, run all over loop-de-loops kind of levels, and that way when people get to the Marble or Labyrinth zones, they're not going to be tired out. They're going to be like, shit, this game is pumping me up. I can't stop now. But that's how I would have planned the levels out myself. The thing that's annoying about Starlight Zone are those ball spike enemies. There's ball enemies with spikes circling them, and you pretty much have to wait until they shoot all their spikes at you, and then they'll be open and you can hit the ball in the middle of them. Or you could be invincible and just run into them, whatever. Also, this is a given. You're going to see me do this in every Sonic game I ever play. But curling into a ball when you go down the ramps is generally a good idea, because you never know what you're going to run into at the end. Now, obviously, if it's spikes, you're still going to get hit. But if it's an enemy, you'll run right through that enemy, destroying him with your spin dash. And it generally makes you faster as well. If you curl into a ball, the friction and the momentum will just make you go so much faster. And being fast is the name of the game, folks. We're Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm not a turtle. Though I wish I was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. I don't know why I said that, but okay. Point is, you gotta be fast. Curl into a ball. Let the speed take you where you want to go. It's also great for dodging enemies at key points. These devices. Basically, you stand on one teeter-totter side and knock the spike. It'll go to the side you were just standing on. But if you go to the side where the spike was, you'll fling upwards, and it's all good. Starlight Zone has a lot of bottomless pits as well. We haven't encountered those yet. Marble Zone didn't have them. Spring Yard didn't have them. And Labyrinth definitely didn't have them, but this level has bottomless pits, so you really want to make sure you're landing on the right platforms. Because falling to your death, not good, not good. Also, the great thing about Starlight Zone, I never mentioned earlier, the buildings in the background. You can see in the background, this is actually a city in the background, so I guess people do live on Sonic's home island. I guess human beings do, we assume. But we never see them until, like, the 3D games in the series. Unless you count Robotnik himself, but, you know. Jump and hit the bomb, or do nothing and get destroyed. Very bad decision. Damn, I love these loop-de-loops. Just gives you such the rush. I don't know why. Clearly, I've run out of things to say. My Sonic Series LP better not go as badly. Yeah, you just really gotta watch out for bombs, and make sure you don't land in a bottomless pit. And Starlight Zone's pretty easy, in my opinion. It's easier than Labyrinth, easier than Marble. Anyway, folks, we'll take on Dr. Eggman and head to the last level in Part 5. Aloha, and welcome to Part 5 of Sonic the Hedgehog. We are going to face off with Dr. Eggman here, and Dr. Eggman has a very fun boss fight this time around. Basically, there are all these teeter-totters with bomb spikes that blow up after a while. And you can either hit the teeter-totter so that the ball spike hits Eggman and damages him, or you can get catapulted and fling your body into him. So there's actually two different ways to attack him, which I think is pretty goddamn awesome. This boss fight's kind of fun. Not terribly difficult, but it's pretty fun. Eggman also generally passes the teeter-totter the whole way through before he drops a bomb on it. It's not like the minute he reaches it, he's going to drop the bomb. So, if he just dropped a bomb next to one teeter-totter, he's going to keep going a little bit before he drops the next bomb. You know, you have nothing to worry about. Fairly easy boss fight, but now we're coming to the most difficult level in the game. Or at least the most difficult zone in the game. Scrap Brain Zone. Those holes I just jumped over were bottomless pits, so yeah. Scrap Brain does not take any prisoners. It is very, very, very evil. And I don't think it's the hardest final zone in the whole Sonic series, but it's still pretty goddamn challenging. It has a lot of dick moves where they just spring a trap on you, or they spring some kind of attack on you. Like that spring, which would ricochet you all the way back. Again, if these things crush you, instant kill. You do not want to get crushed. The fire is too low, so you can't really spin dash under it. And that was another dick move. They sent chainsaw blades after me. These saw blades, these gigantic fucking saw blades, which are pretty hard to dodge in that narrow hallway. And yet they sprung fire in front of me, so it was either get hit by the fire or get hit by the saw blades. Not much I could do about that. On the ceiling are some electric ball-shocking things, and they shock every now and then, so watch you're not standing next to them or jumping in the air when they do shock. And this is all bottomless pit territory, folks, so if you're not landing on the platforms correctly, you will fall to your death. Eggman knows what's up. He knows how to build his big fortress. It is fucking dangerous. It is fucking evil. But damn is the music awesome. I don't know if you've ever heard the Scrap Brain song in an orchestral theme, like done by actual instruments and stuff. It's actually pretty badass. But I digress. Scrap Brain Zone 2 takes place indoors this time around, and it has a lot of those rotating wheels. And the rotating wheels, basically, you spin dash on top of it, and you keep going faster and faster and faster, and it gives you the momentum to jump off and reach the higher platforms. But it's pretty annoying to use if you don't time it right. And clearly, I suck at timing it. I'm flying in the wrong directions all the time. So I'm like, fuck that, I'm not going up there. I'll take the lower path, thank you. The Caterkillers return, as always. You can't jump on their bodies because they're all spiky and dangerous. Damn it! Oh, I just wanted to roll under that saw blade and be all badass, but no! There you go. A good closing platforms on not bottomless pits, but something that will shock you to death. So, you know. Eggman's a douchebag. He's got a lot of crazy elevators, though, I must say. Elevators / transporters, whatever you want to call them. I have never been able to get Chaos Emeralds in this level either. Because again, you need the 50 rings at the goal line to get the Chaos Emeralds. And Jesus, they just throw so much at you, it's impossible not to get hit. I mean, again, it's not impossible, but, you know, for the casual gamer who's not trying to focus on that, kinda hard, okay? I've tried to do it without getting hit, and it's pretty damn hard. I can't do it. I gotta get hit at some point during this level. It's brutal. There was a rabbit inside the pig robot? That does not comprehend well with me. But I digress. We are now at the end of Act 2. And there's no points here. Peculiar. But something different happens for Act 2. We're still going! Oh my god! It's Eggman! Out of his Eggmobile, smiling and jiggling. Oh god! Oh, it can't be too bad, this Act 3. I mean, what the... No. No! No! Yeah, Act 3 is done in the theme of Labyrinth Zone. And as we discussed earlier, I don't like Labyrinth Zone. I don't like it at all. What with its water and its slowness and its having to struggle to breathe every now and then. Oh, and those guys aren't very cool either. I'm not sure if Eggman made the first Labyrinth Zone or he just made this replica part. Because this replica part is like gray and the level itself is more brown-orangish. So maybe he made his own artificial Labyrinth Zone just to like fuck with Sonic. Who knows what Eggman's thinking? As we'll see in future games in the series, there's a whole bunch of statues and stuff with his face on it, so he loves his own... He loves himself, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm stumbling over my words way too much. I blame these braces I'm wearing. They're awkward. I hate them. And yeah, I have braces. It's not cool. Not cool at all. At the beginning of the level, there was actually this elevator part, and if you were fast enough and you went ahead of the elevator, you would actually slide into a lower compartment part that would have made this level so much easier. It would make the level, like, 30 seconds long, maybe a minute long. I would have been done by now, basically. That's all you need to know. I guess I could have taken it, but I figured I'd show people how to do it the hard way, since not everyone's going to find the elevator trick on their first try. But yeah, if you want this level to go by really quickly, to have a real good shortcut, when you're on that elevator part, like when the platform is moving to the bottom left, beat it to the punch, get ahead of it, fall down the hole, because you're going to find yourself an exit, and that's always a good thing. Since we all hate Labyrinth Zone, well, most people do, the people who don't hate Labyrinth Zone are crazy. Crazy, I say. Yeah, that's right. You, random commenter. You're crazy! I'm calling you out on your batshit insane... It is insanity. Yeah. I don't know where I'm going with this. We're on the last level of the game, folks. There's no zone after this. There's no Act 4. Well, I guess the final boss is considered his own zone, but regardless. It's been a fun ride, though, isn't it? And that's the last checkpoint of the game. At the end here, I died due to drowning, and that's because, well, I was sure taking my sweet little time, and there's not enough bubbles in this area. In Labyrinth Zone, they're everywhere. There's bubbles from here to yesteryear, but in this area, not so much. You gotta be quick on the draw in this area, because if you're any kind of slow, the timer will start counting, and you're going to die if you can't find anything. And only when I did find something, it didn't come out with bubbles yet. God damn it. So I was a little bit faster this time. Still not fast enough to make sure there was no timer, but you know. And then as it turns out, I go up a little to the right. And sure enough, the fucking top of the water's right there. So next time, ignore the bubble. We're heading to Eggman in the final battle, folks. Part 6, the final episode. Enjoy it. Aloha, and welcome to the final part of Sonic the Hedgehog, the final zone. After surviving the labyrinth recreation, we get springed into this area with no rings at all. So one hit from these spark energy balls, getting crushed by Eggman's tower things, that will kill you instantaneously. And, you know, it sounds dangerous, it sounds like it's the worst thing in the world, but it's not really. This is probably the easiest final boss, or at least one of the easiest final bosses in the whole Sonic series. And it was the original, the first game, go figure. Eggman, for whatever reason I will never understand, is standing inside one of the two columns that come in to crush you. Why he's not out somewhere else drinking a margarita or something, I don't know, but he just keeps randomly teleporting between columns, and he's always in one of them, You have to find out which one he is in, and jump into that. This is actually my worst run of this level ever, but it's actually given me a lot of time to comment on it at least, so yeah. For some reason, I always like to hang out to the right and dodge the energy sparks, which move pretty goddamn slow. Maybe if they move faster, this boss fight would be so much harder. But I generally like to hang out on the right, because every time I play the game, Eggman usually shows up on the right at some point, you know? But in this one, he kept getting stuck to the left, and I just kept getting no chance to hit him. At least it felt like an eternity when I was recording it. It doesn't seem that bad now, but still. You get the idea. It's really the same motion over and over again. Sure, the two columns that try to crush you might be different every cycle, but the energy sparks, you're going to get used to them pretty quickly, and as soon as you got them down, you've won the match, really. It's pretty damn easy. And no, the final boss does not change depending on whether you got the Chaos Emeralds or didn't. It's literally the exact same thing, no matter how you play. Just as repetitive, but the boss theme is kick-ass. I'm not huge on the Eggman boss theme for Sonic 1, but I love this Final Zone theme, this new remix where it's more epic. As he's getting away, you can jump into him and destroy his Eggmobile, causing him to fall and fail for once and for all. And yeah, we beat the game! We beat Sonic the Hedgehog and saved all the animal critters of South Island. And with the Chaos Emeralds firmly in hand, we have also managed to restore nature! Yeah! That's literally the only thing about the ending that really changes, except for what happens after the end credits. And after the end credits, if you haven't gotten all the Chaos Emeralds, you see Eggman juggling the 6 Chaos Emeralds in his hands, smiling, and it says, try again at the bottom. That's literally it, and the fact that if you don't have the Chaos Emeralds, he doesn't send them up in the air and create flowers. If you really care about flowers that much, there's your bonus ending. But, yeah. This is the first Sonic the Hedgehog game ever. It came out for the Sega Genesis back in 1991, and who would have thought the legacy that Sonic would create after making this game? It got huge rave reviews. It was so revolutionary at the time. Sonic just had that attitude that people loved. They thought he was like the perfect video game mascot, and for good reason, you know. It's a fantastic game. Great music, great momentum. Great platforming, great gameplay. You can't go wrong with Sonic the Hedgehog, and, yeah. I didn't grow up on Sonic the Hedgehog. I grew up on Sonic the Hedgehog 2, which may have some kind of impact on why it's my favorite game in the series, let alone my favorite game I've ever played. But I literally do think Sonic 2 is just a well-designed game that's... Well, we'll get to that when we play Sonic 2, I guess. Sonic 1 isn't bad at all. I just know a lot of kids were disappointed that they played Sonic 2 and 3 and everything else first, and then they go back to Sonic 1 and there's no spin dash, the ability we're going to get in Sonic 2. And I remember that turned off my cousin. He was like, screw Sonic 1, you can't spin dash. I'm like, okay. Nevertheless, fantastic game. It still lives on, even 19 years later. And there's Eggman. He's very pissed that we defeated him. Well, folks, we shall see you in the next Sonic game. Sonic the Hedgehog for Game Gear.